Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Hey everybody, off and running on this Saturday edition of Thoroughbred Action, September 1st here at beautiful and gorgeous Gulfstream Park. Jason Blewett joining you, hoping you're tied on as we set sail for the first of 13 and a couple of Florida Sire Stakes coming up after we catch up with track announcer Pete Aiello.
13 race spectacular here on a Saturday in Hallandale Beach, and the first of 13 over a fast main track with a firm turf course all day. Maiden claimers on the main track to kick off the card. 5.5 furlongs the journey. Florida-bred 2-year-olds racing for a maiden claiming price of $50,000. Field of 8 went postward. The favorite was the 7, Liam. Let's go.
Racing at Gulfstream. Chitamato, the first to begin. Moving up the challenge is Logsdon, far outside and moving closer now. Here's run from Silver Drill. Up on the far outside goes Awesome Buzz. In between horses, Liam, Let's Go, as Fast Andrew now puts ahead in front. It's Fast Andrew to lead past the half-mile poi. Boy, Bodie down at the rail is right there second. Logsdon had to tap on the brakes. So did Chitamato. Awesome Buzz gets started for Concel. All the way up into second now. Fourth and trying to tack on is the favorite, Liam, Let's Go. Then Logsdon ahead of Chitamato and Silver Drill. Sweetest Boy is last. 5/16 away with the advantage. Long shot Fast Andrew, 3 parts of a length. Far outside, Liam Let's Go, given the green light by Vasquez to try to get going. Our boy Bodie is next. Logsdon's at the rail, and they haven't got to Fast Andrew yet. Fast Andrew at 35-1 off the top of the turn, leads 2.5. Chitamato out in the center of the course. Liam Let's Go works between horses down at the rail in Logsdon. Final 1/8 of a mile. Here's Chitamato to try to get to Fast Andrew, who wanders late. Fast Andrew still in front. Chitamato running out of time, but he's coming on. Chitamato is going to get up in time to win it. Fast Andrew with the tough luck second ahead of Liam Let's Go third in 106-1.
Minor upset to start the day as number 3, Chitamato, got shuffled back around the far turn, put into the center of the race course, and re-rallies for the victory under jockey Hector Barrios for trainer Jaime Mejia and owner Maria Mejia. Second, number 6, Fast Andrew at a huge price ahead of number 7, Liam Let's Go. The favorite can only muster third. To the second race now, on the start of the early pick 4 on the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Carlos Montalvo rides the 4, La Pantalones Fancy. Scratch the 13 and 14. A field of 12 in for a claiming price of $10,000.
And they're off. Morena Mia off awkwardly. Toward the rail, Ortega, one of the first to begin, alongside Star Gala in the early stages, with Sober on Sunday taking hold of the bit. She's racing third and down toward the inside. Out wide on the course is Weekend Appeal with Tapaliath just to her inside. She's the gray and now into the top flight. Followed by the veteran La Pantalones Fancy, then Bar Libre and Luck Tanya. Morena Mia gets started while 5 wide, just ahead of Clouded Appeal. Second last while on hold is Queen's Quarters. My Little Princess is last of all as they race to the opening quarter station. Ortega, the change of tactics, is on the lead today. Leads by 1.5 lengths. Sober on Sunday, the nearest pursuer second. Star Gala is now third. Tapaliath is back to fourth ahead of La Pantalones Fancy. She follows along fifth. Bar Libre's in the 2-path. Widest of all, Morena Mia. Then it's a length back to Weekend Appeal ahead of Luck Tanya, who's held up in traffic. Trying to improve from the inside lane is My Little Princess ahead of Queen's Quarters. And at the back of the field is Clouded Appeal. Less than half a mile to move. They swing around the far turn. And up front, Ortega and Eric Concel call the shots. They have a length to work with. Toward the inside, Sober on Sunday tries to take up the slack second. Tapaliath keeps her in a pocket third. Back to fourth in Star Gala. The rest are really stringing out behind the top 4 as they run to the top of the stretch. It's Ortega who turns first with the lead. Juarez getting into the clear with Sober on Sunday. She'll have a stretch opportunity. Star Gala cuts the corner and comes on next with 1/8 of a mile to go. Ortega still fresh and still strong and still in front by 1.5 lengths. Sober on Sunday taking a run at her on the inside, and Star Gala late run from My Little Princess. Ortega left alone, and she's a gate-to-wire winner. Ortega won it. I think My Little Princess got second ahead of Sober on Sunday, then Star Gala.
Number 1, Ortega, got the inside position and the lead as they changed tactics with this Daughter of Dark Angel. It proved a winning move as Eric Concel takes her gate to wire for Elizabeth Thobles and owners Lawrence Sargent and Michelle Rosa. Second, number 8, My Little Princess, who rolled at the fence to get second ahead of number 7, Sober on Sunday, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. A lot of action left. Don't go away. Back now for the third race of the day, the start of another pick three. Maiden claimers at 5 furlongs. These are 2-year-old fillies racing for $25,000. Purse here, $38,500. Scratch number 7, Paisley Princess, a field of 8. Favorites included the 8, Derlin, and the 9, Dance Till Dawn.
And they're off. Perfect beginning. From between horses, Velt is away quickest to take the early lead. From her outside, Bright Side of the Road comes away to race in second. Awesome Hills at the rail is now third. Far outside goes Dance Till Dawn, improving in between horses, Enough and Then Some. Then it's a length back to Skyrun. The 2 at the back, Cajun Riviera and Derlin. Around the far turn they go. Long shot, Bright Side of the Road has the lead. On the outside, Dance Till Dawn second. Here's Skyrun with a sharp move under Jairo Hernandez. Skyrun picking it up big time and just took the lead. Opening quarter was 23 seconds flat. We'll see if Skyrun can sustain this charge. She's made a big blitz to take over. Dance Till Dawn is second toward the inside, Bright Side of the Road. Then Velt trying to run home as Awesome Hills, and they're at the top of the stretch. Skyrun flattening out from her earlier efforts. Velt splits horses, so does Awesome Hills, and Cancel and Awesome Hills now stride to a narrow lead. Dance Till Dawn is second. Down the outside and a late run from Enough and Then Some. Awesome Hills will win it. Awesome Hills by almost 2 in the end. Then Dance Till Dawn. Up third was Enough and Then Some.
Eric Cancel home for a quick-fire early double as he pilots number 3, Awesome Hills, to the maiden score today. Ralph Nix runs 1-2 in the race. This one for owners Jack's or Better Farm, who also bred the daughter of Awesome, of course, right here in Florida. 9, Dance Till Dawn second. 8, Derlin ran third. To the fourth race now on the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Maiden claimers in for $12,500. Put Kevin Komar, a Carmona on number 5, Thirsty for a Miracle. Scratch the alternates 13 through 16. A field of 12. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Picture perfect beginning. From the outside, United Song, one of the first to begin. Moving up toward the inside, I'm Just Fancy, now up to drop over to the rail and take the lead in the run to the first turn. Racing into second is Thirsty for a Miracle. Out wide on the course, United Song after a good start. Bejeweled is down toward the fence. Moving between horses, that's Soroa to race only 2.5 lengths off the pace setter, then Trip the Queen. On her outside goes Crystal Avalanche, and then saving ground toward the rail is 3 Questions. It's a half a length back to Gran Aventura in the 2-path. Out widest is Boastful Contessa. The 2 at the back include Gia Leah Joe and the trailer Queen of Swag. Down the backstretch they go, and up front it's I'm Just Fancy and Nick Juarez carving out the fractions in front 3 parts of a length. Racing in second is Thirsty for a Miracle. United Song is 3 wide third. Bejeweled will need a way through. She's racing fourth from Soroa. 3 Questions tries an inside lane. In between horses, that's Trip the Queen trying to find some place to go, and Crystal Avalanche is parked very wide, and she's now moving forward. Crystal Avalanche 5 wide on the course. Then it's back to Gran Aventura ahead of the back markers Queen of Swag and Gia Leah Joe as they round the far turn. Up front, I'm Just Fancy maintains the edge of 2 lengths. Crystal Avalanche has had to cover an awful lot of ground. Bejeweled has not. She's now into the clear and on the attack. Back to fourth and Trip the Queen. 4 back to Boastful Contessa. Unseating the rider after clipping heels there was Trip the Queen as they wheel for home. Bejeweled just took the lead. Crystal Avalanche moves to her on the outside. Back to third is the early pace setter I'm Just Fancy as Bejeweled and Raylu Gutierrez have command. Bejeweled with a good trip to win it and win it going away. Crystal Avalanche second, Gia Leah Joe third, then 3 Questions and Queen of Swag.
Picture perfect turf trip from Raylu Gutierrez aboard number 1, Bejeweled, who kicked off cover turning for home and runs down the leader to get the score under Leo Asperoa Jr. tutelage. Our owners Christine and Phil Hatfield. Again, Raylu Gutierrez on board for the winning ride. Number 8, Crystal Avalanche second. Number 7, Gia Leah Joe ran third. We turn our attention now to the 5th race of the day at 5.5 furlongs over the main track. Maidens of the special weight variety. These are 2-year-olds. A field of 8 signed on. Republic hammered number 6, 10 bands to an odds-on favorite.
And they're off. Cash on Hand wins the break, but between horses, there goes the big favorite 10 bands to take over, and 10 bands lands now a half a length in front. Hard Bell trying to force the issue second ahead of Cash on Hand third. Jamaican is out of there racing in fourth ahead of New Year, who's back to fifth. Fantasizing is now third last, second last, and improving Return the Star, and at the back is Current Energy. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and up front, it's Hard Bell who has the lead 3 parts of a length. 10 bands moves to challenge again second. second, 2 back to third, and Jamaican trying to rally outside of Cash on Hand. The one who is making ground has returned the star with an inside lane. 2.5 clear of New Year, then Fantasizing. Far back is Current Energy, and they're at the top of the stretch. 10 bands up to put a neck in front. Hardbell tries to counterpunch second. Return the Year at the inside is still running on from third. Jamaican is next with Cash on Hand, and there's an eighth of a mile to go. Jaramillo gets serious, and 10 bands gives him plenty. It's 10 bands to run up the score inside the final 16th. 5 on top and still moving away. 10 bands, sharp in victory. Very close for second between Jamaican and Cash on Hand, then Hardbell and 104 and 4.
Betting public knew what they were doing when they hammered number 6, 10 bands, to an odds-on favorite, as he gets the job done in pretty easy fashion under jockey Anisai El Jaramillo. Bell Racing owns the son of Cantharos. Ralph Nix gets his second winner today. Number 2, Jamaican was second. The 4, Cash on Hand, ran third. Next we go to race number 6. It was a stake event. It was the Sharp Susan Stakes. 2-year-old fillies on turf at about 7.5 furlongs for $100,000 in guaranteed purse money. Was the start of the middle pick 4. We had a field of 9. The favorite was the 6, Entirely.
Racing in the Sharp Susan Stakes. From the inside, Yako gets the first call and goes looking for the lead with a host of pursuers, including Rosedale and Sweet Hitchhiker, who raced second and third. Bimini's going to be very wide on the first turn run. Dangerous Curves tried to work over. Tapping on the brakes there was Entirely, and Very Keen is Jeannie on the beach. Ryder has hold of her. She's now third with no place to go. Also very keen and tapping on the brakes is Too Much War, and a bit special settles in at the back of the field as they try to sort themselves out to the backstretch run. Oscar Ujoa sends Rosedale to the top and leads by a length. Jeannie on the beast has now racing room, and she's still a bit keen while racing second. On the outside and now third is Sweet Hitchhiker. Yako parked at the rail is fourth. Back to fifth in Dangerous Curves, then Entirely. She's in a good spot, about 5 lengths off the lead, working 4 ahead of Bimini, then Too Much War, and trailing is a bit special, Unhurried at the back of the 9-runner field with half a mile to go. The opening half mile posted as they swing to the far turn. The leader remains Rosedale by a half a length. Jeannie on the beach is second, 3 wide out there and getting started third, Sweet Hitchhiker. Yako needs room at the fence, then Dangerous Curve. She's fifth with no place to go yet. Outside and Entirely starts to get underway as they went 49 and 1 for a half mile. 3 back to Too Much War, then Bimini, and on the outside trying to get motivated is a bit special as they run for home. They take much closer order, very wide off the turn. Entirely now under a full head of steam as Rosedale still has the lead. In between horses, Dangerous Curves, a bit special, is drifting bad but finishing up full of run in deep stretch. The leader is Entirely, a bit special, gobbling up the ground on the outside. They come to the wire. Entirely held on to win it, but a bit special was rolling in 131 and 1.
Number 6, Entirely, goes very wide but holds on for the score. And over a flying a bit special in today's Sharp Susan. Anisai El Jaramillo for his second winner today. This one for Jonathan Thomas and Augustin Stable. Number 5, a bit special, was dead last the entire trip. Made up all that ground on the stretch while Very Green. She's one for the list. She has some serious talent. So does the winner. And number 8, Dangerous Curves, had to settle for third. We turn our attention next to the 7th race and the start of another pick 3. Claimers at 1 mile. In for a price tag of $6,250. Scratch the 3, Escape Velocity. 8 to the gate. Favorite was 1, Peace Points.
And they're off. Excellent start for Powerline in the center of the race course, and he'll use his customary quick first gear to go looking for the lead with the Money Train on his outside and Diamond Square on his inside. Far outside, Albert Charles makes it a party. There are 4 across the course here in the early stages. Away in 5th is Mr. Sultana, then Peace Points ahead of Moonlight Bandit, and the stretch runner Starship Rocky Unhurried under Camacho at the back of the field after an opening quarter mile complete. Powerline tripped the beam in 23 and 4 and heads to the 5/8 in front by 2. Diamond Square moves through on the inside to take a joint second. The Money Train is third, back to 4th, Albert Charles. Peace Points has rail position and starts to progress for Miguel Vasquez. He's all the way up into 4th, soon to be 3rd. Far outside, Mr. Sultana, about 7 to Starship Rocky, and Moonlight Bandit is last. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. The opening half mile thrown down to 46 and 3 as Powerline let it hang loose into the second quarter, and he leads the way by 2.5. But Peace Point tracking him pretty well, and now getting to him, he's only 2 lengths off the lead. The rest are on the stretch. The one running in from the back is Starship Rocky with 5/16 to go. The leader is Powerline. The whip is out. Peace Points to the attack is second. 7 lengths ahead of Diamond Square. Starship Rocky toward the inside after 3 quarters. In 1:11 flat to wrap the top of the stretch. Powerline trying to fight off Peace Points, but he can't, as Peace Points is now onto the front. Powerline is back to second. Diamond Square is third. Starship Rocky is fourth. But as they come to the wire, 6-5 is easy money on Peace Points, who's a 3-length winner. Powerline's going to salvage second. Diamond Square was third. Starship Rocky fourth, ahead of Mr. Sultana.
Number 1, Peace Points delivers on a 6-5 promise, taking advantage of an entirely too fast pace set by Powerline. Miguel Vasquez rode the son of More Than Ready for Peter Walder, owners Walder Racing and John DeTolo. 7, Powerline did all the heavy lifting as usual. He held on for second, ahead of the 4 Diamond Square, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, Maidens on turf to kick off the Rainbow Six as Florida Sire Stakes Day rolls on here at Gulfstream.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. Sepper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Sepper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for the 8th race of the day, the start of today's Rainbow Six. On the turf at about 7.5 furlongs, maidens of the 2-year-old variety, and a field of 9. Heavily favored at odds-on, number 5, Coast.
And they're off. A step slow to start was Best Thunder. The favorite Coast wastes no time in looking for the early lead from Grand Grey Forest, and Arba sent through down at the inside. Far outside goes Revolutionary Road. They're 4 across the course here as they go quickly into that first turn. Arba holds the inside edge in a narrow lead. Revolutionary Road 4 wide. Coast is 3 wide, and Grey Frost is now racing in the 2 path. These 4 really fly on. They've opened 4 now on Sterling Drive, who comes away 5th. It's a gap of another 5 lengths to Curioso, who's 4 lengths better than Eric the Salesman, and way back to Best Thunder and a Scorpion Malvado. They've got to be at least 16 or 17 off the lead of Coast. Coast at 1-2 has done anything but coast early as he won an opening quarter in 22 and 3. Coast by ahead. Grand Grey Frost is second. Revolutionary Road third. Arba backs off to be 4th. It's 2.5 lengths back to Sterling Drive. 5th for Camacho and In Range. A gap of another 4 to Curioso, then Eric the Salesman. It's another 9 or 10 to Best Thunder, and a Scorpion Malvado not being persevered with, 20 lengths off the lead. They run around the far turn. Coast has continued to be hounded on all sides. Getting serious on the far outside is Sterling Drive, sweeping up to take the lead. They've done Coast in. He went too fast too soon, and up to take the lead is Sterling Drive by 2.5. Curioso is going to try to get to him with Arba back for more inside with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Sterling Drive on top by 3. Curioso is second. Arba is third. Coast and Grand Grey Frost are next as they come to the wire. Sterling Drive and Semi Camacho have a 2-length lead. It's Sterling Drive at 16-1 to win it by almost 2 in the end. Curioso second. Arba third. Grand Grey Frost finished 4th.
Well, number 5, Coast, did everything but coast as he was pressured every step of the way and finally cracked under the pressure at the 5/16. The win goes to an upset winner at number 1, Sterling Drive, who sat 5th behind the early skirmish and pounces on the leaders, turning for home. Sammy Camacho rode the son of Verrazano for Milt Wolfson in the NTS stable. We go to the 9th race now and start the late pick 5, the 9th race on the main track at 1 mile. Claimers which have not won 3 in for $6,250. Rider change on 1, McManaman to CC Lopez. Favorites were 4, Downrange, and 7, Grand Chief.
And they're off. Far outside, going to the beach, broke inward, but he broke well and goes looking for the lead. Jackism has speed. Downrange won't be far away, but McManaman hustled up here by Chuck Lopez to try to get command. As they run out of the chute, McManaman puts a neck in front, right alongside Jackism, far outside and going to the beach. Then downrange. He's now part of the pace party, racing ahead of Seba's Ranger, who's reined back to run in fifth position. 2 lengths clear of Forecasting. Then down at the rail goes Changing Leads ahead of Stay and Cruise and Proud Enough. Luminary Flight settles in toward the back of the field, and Grand Chief is last of all as they make their way to the half-mile point. The opening quarter complete in a quick and contested 23-4, and at the inside it's McManaman by a head. On the outside, Downrange is there second. They continue to put on the speed, a length and a half in front of Jackism third. They whistled a half-mile in 46 and 1. Fourth belongs to Going to the Beach. Fifth is Seba's Ranger. They're stringing out behind that. Then comes Proud Enough around Forecasting. Grand Chief, the public picks, had pace to chase, but he's an awful long way behind. Judas Sunset tries to kickstart a rally with him as they run to the top of the stretch. On the inside, and McManaman for a narrow lead. Downrange, fully stretched and not getting to the leader second. Now Grand Chief is motoring. Look out for him. He's about 7 wide, and they've gone awfully fast early. Here's Grand Chief charging hard on the stand side to try to get McManaman for the top. Slipping through at the fence, Judas Sunset. Judas Sunset rode the rail. Grand Chief came over the top. These two from the back to decide it. Judas Sunset with the lead. Outside in Grand Chief, a final push. Grand Chief is in time. Judas Sunset gave him all he wanted late. He was second ahead of Jackism third. Seba's Ranger fourth at a minute 39 flat.
A fast pace in today's 9th race ensured a horse from off the pace would have plenty to run at, and 2 horses from off the pace land 1-2 as number 7 Grand Chief very wide off the turn but still able to outfinish Judas Sunset, who rode the rail. Grand Chief for a narrow decision as one of the public picks over a big long shot in Judas Sunset, the 2 who was second. 8 Jackism hung around. He got third. To the 10th race now, the start of today's late pick 4 on the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Put Raul Main on number 4, All This Jazz, scratch the 5, 8, 11, 13, 14, and 16. Eric Consell rides the 15, Sunshine Treasure.
And they're off. From the center, All This Jazz gets the first call and heads off for the early lead. Moving out the rail, that's Peggotty alongside Nailed It and Miss Violet. Miss Violet now puts ahead in front as Nailed It is right at her inside. These two race on. Peggotty cuts the corner in third. All This Jazz is fourth outside, and Hannah Catherine. Then saving ground toward the inside goes Katie's Champ ahead of the gray Jess Sassy. She's mid-flight and about 6 lengths off the lead. Sunshine Treasure 4 wide while trying to get over. The 2 at the back are Perspective Moment, and along her outside, Princess Zoe. They straighten for their backstretch journey, and up front, Miss Violet now clears off to lead by a length and a quarter. Peggotty is there second. On the outside, Hannah Catherine is now moved to be a joint second, and parked at the rail in fourth is Nailed It. Back fifth is Jess Sassy. Up on her outside races Katie's Champ. She's only 4 lengths off the lead, a length and a half in front of Sunshine Treasure. Perspective Moment is next toward the rail ahead of Princess Zoe, and after winning the start, All This Jazz is last of all with less than half a mile to go. The opening quarter was just 25-2 as they swing to the far turn. They post a half mile in 49-4. Leaders type fractions, and Miss Violet is the leader. She leads by 3 parts of a length. Hannah Catherine has been wide on both turns, and she races from second. Trying to get going is Katie's Champ. That's all for Nailed It. Jess Sassy needs a way out. Perspective Moment is 4 wide, and they're at the top of the stretch. Miss Violet still fresh up top. She cuts the corner and maintains a 2-length lead. Hannah Catherine out after her. Katie's Champ down the center. Then in between horses, Jess Sassy still got no place to go. Final 1/8 of a mile, Miss Violet leads the way by 2.5. Katie's Champ is up into second, then Hannah Catherine down at the inside and Nailed It. Miss Violet, gate 2, wire. Wow, was that close for second. 3-way go involves Hannah Catherine, Katie's Champ, and Nailed It in 1:31-4.
Number 2, Miss Violet gets a soft half mile, secured the lead, and never relinquished command, winning gate to wire under Roberto Alvarado Jr. for Dennis Manning and Flea Market Racing. Number 6, Hannah Catherine wins a tight photo for second, ahead of the 1 Nailed It, who was third. 7, Katie's Champ had to settle for fourth. We move now to the 11th race of the day, the co-feature race, the 37th running of the FTBOA Florida Sire Stakes, Susan's Girl Division. 7 furlongs of the trip for $200,000 in guaranteed purse money. Scratch the 5 Select Friday, a field of 9. The favorite was the 2, Capture Your Dream.
And they're off in the Susan's Girl. It was a clean beginning. From the far outside, Cookie Dough, one of the first to begin. There goes the big favorite, Capture Your Dream, trying to secure inside position as Nancy Said So is offensive-minded and now takes a narrow lead. It's Nancy Said So by a neck to Cookie Dough. Starship Nala keyed up and on heels. She shuffled back to fourth. Capture Your Dream is at the rail in third under Haramil, followed by Jessica. Then comes Samoa, parked at the inside is Snowzilla. Jerry's Big Win is out wide, and out widest at the back is Blazing Brook. They make their way past the half-mile pole, separated by 4.5 lengths. Nancy Said So and Richard Mitchell by a half a length. On the outside, Cookie Dough is there second. Capture Your Dream will need a way out. Far outside in Jerry's Big Win, Jessica moves to the leaders while 3 wide. They're really tightly knit up front. Starship Nala's got no place to go. 2 back to a retreating Samoa. Down inside Snowzilla. Still at the back is Blazing Brook as they run to the top of the stretch. The favorite, Capture Your Dream, is buried inside, and she's losing ground here with a quarter of a mile left to go. The favorite is gone. At the top of the lane, Cookie Dough comes away with the lead and opens 5 now. Into the clear, Starship Nala tries to get after second. Back to third is Jerry's Big Win. Down the center and Blazing Brook. Cookie Dough needs another 16th of a mile, but she's still well clear. And the upset is on. It's Cookie Dough and Jeffrey Sanchez at 12-1 to win the Susan's Girl by 5 emphatic lengths. Second was Starship Nala. Third was Blazing Brook. Jessica ran home for fourth in 1:24.2.
Number 2, Capture Your Dream, flat out just was not comfortable going around the far turn. Took some kickback into the far turn run and said no thank you, backing away to allow number 10, Cookie Dough, to spring the upset. Arundel Farm and Stanley Gold have always been high on this daughter of brethren. She proves them right here today with a 12-1 win. 4, Starship Nala's second. 3, Blazing Brook ran third. Time for a commercial break. 2 more to come. They're both stakes races. The Proud Man is next, right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack. In pursuit of producing the best.
Back now for race number 12 on the program, the Proud Man Stakes on the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. 2-year-olds go to post for $100,000 in guaranteed purse money. Scratch number 11, Jackson, a field of 10. Favorites included 8, Louder Than Bombs, and 9, Timmy M.
Racing and the Proud Man. Good start out wide for Deep Fire, who hits the ground running. Rayo My King has speed from the fence. Dakota's Dude wants forward position, and trying to get over from the outside as Harry's on the loose in the charge to the first turn. Dakota's Dude cuts the corner and takes a narrow lead. Deep Fire is under restraint and back to third as Rayo My King moves to challenge the leader. Mozo Bello is situated at the rail and racing in fourth. Back to fifth as Harry's on the loose. Then down at the inside goes Golden Line Of. He's about 5 lengths off the lead ahead of Timmy M and Venezuelan Pegasus. Louder Than Bombs is second last and settled down, and 3 to the trailer, Organic Jenny. 23-3 for an opening quarter speed. Rayo My King on the outside. Dakota's Dude on the inside. Their heads apart. Third belongs to Deep Fire. Fourth is Mozo Bello. Jeffrey Sanchez has rail position for Harry's on the loose from fifth. He's 4 lengths behind. Then comes an improving Timmy M outside of Golden Line Of. Louder Than Bombs put into the clear 3 wide to get underway ahead of Organic Jenny. And Venezuelan Pegasus is last as they're separated by 8 lengths in the run around the far turn. On the inside, Dakota's Dude holds a narrow lead. Rayo My King is there second. Mozo Bello third. Harry's on the loose. Not on the loose yet. He needs out. He's behind a wall of horses. Timmy M tries to keep him in there. Then to the inside in Golden Line Of, and they're at the top of the stretch. Mozo Bello and Dakota's Dude kick on. Back to third and Timmy M down the stand side, up the fence, and Organic Jenny with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Timmy M, very green, but coming after the leader, Dakota's Dude. Back to third and Mozo Bello. Here's Timmy M trying to get to Dakota's Dude, who has something in the tank here. They come to the finish. Dakota's Dude, Timmy M. It's a photo finish. Too tight to call. Maybe inside, and Dakota's Dude in 1:30.3.
Exciting stretch run in today's Proud Man Stakes. In the end, it was an upset win as number 1, Dakota's Dude, held on for a narrow victory under a strong ride from Jose Bautista for Rory Miller and the Flying Finish Farm. Number 9, Timmy M, very green and closed ground to get second, ahead of number 4, Mozo Bello, who ran third. The 13th and final race of the day was the co-feature, the affirmed division of the Florida Sire Stakes, the 37th renewal of this race at 7 furlongs. A field of 10 went to the gate. The favorites were 2 fully loaded and 5 Cajun Firecrackers.
And runners away in the affirmed division of the Florida Sire Stakes. From the center, Cajun Firecracker begins very well. Up on the outside, Well Defined is quick as well. And Well Defined and Montalvo lead the field as they link up with the main course. Far outside, Elgin escaped from between horses, Cajun Firecracker. Juarez has Holo fully loaded, but he's down toward the inside, and he's in a bit tight. Fully loaded in the red colors, second toward the inside. Racing from fifth, that's Garter and Ty, then River God at the rail ahead of Nacho Papa and Homeboy. Second last early is Cajun Embers. Whitecap Bay is last of the 10 with half a mile to go. They swing to the far turn, Well Defined, still in front by a length and a quarter. Second is Cajun Firecracker. Third at the inside is Fully Loaded. He'll have to win from off the speed. Back to fourth and ridden hard. Not gaining is Elgin Escape. Trying to get going is Garter and Ty, 3 wide. 2 better than River God, then Nacho Papa. Cajun Embers on the outside ahead of Homeboy. Still last is Whitecap Bay as they run to the top of the stretch. Still up front, it's Well Defined and Montalvo trying to spring the upset. Cajun Firecracker and Garter and Ty the nearest pursuers. Fully Loaded swings wide while not kicking on with an eighth of a mile to go. Well Defined still in front, has an eighth of a mile more to get. Garter and Ty to the attack is second. Cajun Firecracker has been defeated. 16th to go. Garter and Ty taking on a very game Well Defined, and Garter and Ty gets the money. Garter and Ty wears down Well Defined for the score. Cajun Firecracker was third. Fully Loaded finished fourth in a time of 1 minute 23 and 5/100ths.
Number 5, Cajun Firecracker will not sweep the series as he fails to fire his best shot. He ran third today, and the win goes to the other Ralph Nix horse, number 8, Garter and Ty, who gets better with experience and better with racing distance, gets a $200,000 score today under a Misael Jaramillo for Jack Cervetter Farm. 9, Well Defined, comes up with a huge effort to be second, ahead of the 5, Cajun Firecracker, who ran third. Late pick 5 today hit for more than $17,000 on a 50-cent play. Nobody picked 6 in the Rainbow 6. 5 out of 6, what you need. Almost $2,000 there. Carry over into tomorrow's card, more than $25,000.
And that's it. Congratulations to all the winners today. Thought 10 Bands was really awesome on the main, breaking his maiden midway through the card for Ralph Nix. Entirely looked really good, winning the Sharp Susan. And, of course, the Florida Sire Stakes are always great. We do it all again tomorrow, though. Labor Day weekend, full steam ahead here at Gulfstream. A Sunday card that gets underway at about 12:45. Good night, everybody.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.